Okay, so we're hoping today is the day. How long have you been working on this project for?
I mean, you know, we always try to get car for R&D as soon as possible. And of course, we rely on our colleagues from Weissach, and so they always do their best in order to get us or secure us a car so we can go testing. I mean, the thing is, you know, that testing basically means we're going on track.
Yes.
And we're testing mainly in the industry pool because this is, you know, the easiest way to do and also the most secure way to do. And the problem is that, for example, if you start in, let's say, August and you're not finished by November and then the track is closed until March, then you lose like 4 months in a bit.
Crazy.
I mean, first of all, of course, it's development. First, you know, we take a look at the car, see what could be improved or tweaked. What do we have to do? Where do we want to go to? And then basically it's always the same components. It's suspension, brakes, and aerodynamic, because we don't touch the engine, we don't touch the gearbox.
I've always wanted to ask, how do the aero discs work?
Basically, the thing is that once you drive, then you have an airstream next to the car. And the problem is basically that the upper section of the wheel, the spokes, they turn in the opposite direction that the wind flows.
Yes.
So this means here you have a movement to the front, but the wind comes from here. And so it creates turbulences. And therefore, in order to smoothen those and not to have like circulation here, you smoothen it by the aero discs, and so forth, you create downforce.
So it sort of cleans up the air for the wing.
Yeah, we already mentioned this in other videos.
Yes.
When we were in the wind tunnel, I mean, either with this or the first time we saw it on the GT2 RS, when we put those on the GT2 RS, we can straighten the wing for 2 degrees and we still have the same downforce, which means this is downforce. Yeah?
So the general formula then, new camber?
Yeah, basically first of all the suspension. So we have 4-way adjustable shocks in the car, same like in the Flipper.
Yes.
So for the English guys,
yes,
Flipper doesn't mean we sell and resell. You know,
it's the development GT3.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we have a 4-way adjustable shock even here now, because I mean this is still McPherson front and rear, and this is double wishbone, but this is the first car front and rear McPherson 4-way.
Right.
Of course, different spring rates, different damper characteristics and settings, and then of course it's driving.
So obviously a set of Cup 2Rs. I'm assuming you'll go out with a fresh set on.
Yeah.
Do you go out hot? Like blankets?
Yeah.
As it were? Okay, so you're out the box, up to temperature-ish.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a little bit sophisticated, but we don't stop at blankets, we have heating tent.
Heating tent. And it's a very posh heating tent, actually.
Yeah, and it's actually the one you saw when we did tour.
The factory tour?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one.
So the same thing that you would use for GT3R, you're doing on this exact program right now. Very true. Yeah. So what is specific to a car that you're trying to do a lap time with? Out with what a customer will receive, obviously not this seat.
Apart from the seat,
yes.
I mean, this is customer setup.
Really?
So it's not like,
it is how it is.
You know, people don't believe us that we're running actual the same camber, the same toe, the same ride height, everything like also on this car. I mean, this car was driven by Kevin, was driven by Christian Gebhardt from Sport Auto, the Hot Lap, and it's customer setup. You know?
So cool. Little dive planes, canards. What amount of effect do they have? Is that just to literally keep some trim on the nose?
First of all, as I said, we do the suspension, which is a basic upgrade. Yeah. And then the main topic is also the aero. And the aero is, we have on this car now the canards, we have an underbody floor, we have some air guide elements underneath the car, we have the bigger wing, and all together creates the overall balance of the car. Sure. So, you know, you have like, for example, you put the bigger wing because you need downforce in the rear, but you have to balance it a little bit on the front. So you design the size of the canards, how much, how wide, how angle. Sure. I mean, it's the complete package. Again, you know, we have people, they say, I have a stock car, but I like the canards, can I buy them? Yes. No, you can't.
It's going to imbalance a little bit.
Yeah, because then maybe it gets worse and you have a oversteering tendency, so it's always
okay, interesting. Wow, it's amazing that what looks like quite a small surface area actually has an impact.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, brakes, are we talking new pads, lines, fluids?
Yeah. Just pads and lines.
Okay.
The pads are, by the way, the same like in the 2RS or 3RS or 3 pre-bedded ones from factory, and that's it. So there is no need to change calipers, no need to change discs. This is all stock, just pads and lines. That's
Super cool.
just some small bits and pieces. This is carbon fiber now.
Ah, yes.
Which was,
and it
was
plastic.
more
plastic.
Yeah,
like
it
this.
matches here. Then another tiny bit I can show you here. The gurney here.
A little ducktail style lip.
Visual carbon fiber. By the way, this and the louvres
Yes.
you can purchase independently.
Right.
So as an optic
article. Okay.
And again, you know, when people say they just put on like this, what we had to do is below the bonnet we have some carbon fiber brackets, plates, because the increase in downforce is so high that otherwise the wing would cause like a dent in the metal.
Wow.
So we had
it's
to
quite
put
a substantial upgrade in downforce there.
It's not optical.
Because optically it doesn't look a much bigger wing.
It's always, you know, when you put a standard core next to it, then it's another story. Yeah, but
right. I always find this with your work. It's you read it on paper, but the result is greater than the sum of its parts. That's how it looks. It's like small tweaks here and there that add up to a totally different picture.
Yeah, I mean, it's all in, you know, you can even put that on. We had, for example, also like dealerships, and when we did the Flying Doctor and they installed the kit before and they tried to align it before, and then we came and they said we drove the car and it was okay, but, you know, not outstanding. And we just dialed it in right and they said it's a different car. Right. So the cars are so sensible in terms of tires. So for example, we also recommend never to change only one axle of tires because it will imbalance the car as well. Yeah. So, you know, it's the whole thing, and therefore again we have to train all the partners, the Porsche centers, in order to make sure it's the same level, you know.
Brilliant.
We have a target again, you know, and hopefully we can achieve it, and then of course we can recalculate it into bridge to gantry time, which is the main one you need to know as a tourist driver. And I'm wondering what people say if they see what's the VTG time. Yeah, we'll see.
Fantastic. Well, listen, thank you so much for inviting us down to be part of this. I'll put my hand up now that I am one of the nerds that as soon as a lap time drops, I am first on the internet to go and see this. So to be here and witness it firsthand and see all of this setup is really, really cool. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
These guys, so we think they're going for the run now because the tyres have just come out of the oven and it's all of a sudden become quite orchestrated and team-like. Now the official time was not for another half an hour, but there's rumour of rain. So I think, because they've gone to all of this effort, they're just going to try it. Which might mean, as you can hear, you might encounter a bit of traffic. Let's see, this might be just a pre-test, who knows, but all of a sudden it's gone from very casual to very serious. That's straight out of the gate, slat. Warm up or official? They'll definitely be timing this. He'll get some traffic, but they'll be timing it. You can hear him all the way down. Oh God, he's really on it.
Ja.
Is it a boy or a girl? It means in our edit we'll know the time, so don't worry about it.